What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. My name is Myles with Holiday World out of Dallas, Texas, and today we are taking a look at this 2023 Keystone, Montana 3761 FL. So this is Montana's front living floor plan. Now, pretty much every fifth wheel brand out there makes a front living floor plan, but Montana here has been the #1 selling luxury fifth wheel in the United States for over 20 years in a row. So very, very popular model. We're gonna take a look at a lot of the reasons why that is inside and out as we go through here. And then Montana actually has two different front living models. So this is the 3761 FL. And then behind me, we also have the 3763 BP, which BP stands for Butler's Pantry. So here you have an option with a half bath, and then here you have an option with the Butler's Pantry. So bath and a half, single bath. And we're gonna look at both these different options because those two things are really the only thing that separates this one from that one. So we're gonna look at both those options so you can see both options that are available there between those two. So let's dive into it. This is a 2023 here as well, so we'll get to look at the 2023 Montana. Let's go. Hey, welcome back to another video. If this is your first time tuning into one of my videos, I'm super excited that you're here. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy. And if you do get something out of this video, consider hitting the like button down below and definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you would like to connect with me on other social media platforms, links to my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook are down below in the description where you can find other RV related content that I upload regularly. And then finally, if you are interested in this RV, keep in mind I am in a sales position. I do not get paid by my company to come out here and make these videos. I just do this on my own time in hopes of finding people like you that might be interested in this RV. So I would love to personally assist you in helping you make this RV yours. So you can either text me at the number on the screen there, or there is a link down below in the description that you can fill out with some basic information that will help me best help you. So go down there and fill out that information if you are interested in this RV, and let's get into the video. All right, y'all, so again, this is the 2023 Keystone, Montana 3761 FL, and then next to it we have the 2022 Montana 3763 BP because we have not got in a 23 model of this one yet. But we'll be able to look at some of the differences. There's really actually not a ton so far, but there are a few differences between the 23 and the 22, and then this one you'll have your Butler's Pantry, and this one you'll have your half bath in the kitchen area. So you'll be able to see the floor plan layout and the specs there on the screen. I'll go look at the sticker on the side real quick as well to show you the exact specs of this model here that we're looking at. So the unloaded vehicle weight rating on here is 14,640 pounds, and then you're going to have the gross vehicle weight rating at 16,800 pounds, which gives you a cargo carrying capacity of, the stickers are different for 23 than 22, so I don't know where they moved the cargo carrying capacity on here. This is my second time forgetting to go look at this. There you go. Oh, right there. It's just a little different, but 2,100 pounds on the cargo carrying capacity. So that's the exact specs here on this Montana 3761 FL. And there's one other thing I want to talk with y'all about real quick that I'm really excited about. I have Lewis here, who is my father-in-law.
Hi, everyone. Hola, ¿cómo están?
So as you can hear, he is bilingual. He works here with me now at Holiday World. So not only can he help me out when I may be on my day off or anything like that with helping you out if someone comes into the store and I'm not here, but we also started a Spanish-speaking RV channel. So what's the name of your channel, Luis?
My RV channel is RV en Español con Luis.
Yeah, so you'll be able to see it on the screen as well. There's a link down below in the description. You can go check that out. We actually already uploaded a video of this Montana 3761 FL on his Spanish-speaking channel, and then we're gonna be doing another Montana today here as well. So we're gonna have a ton of video content coming up that'll be in Spanish, and I'm really excited, really hope that helps a lot of people out there that may, you know, not be bilingual and come across these videos and hopefully can get a better understanding of what is being talked about in the videos, or maybe just if Spanish is your primary language. I really hope that'll help some people out there that would rather see a video walkthrough in Spanish, which he now has there that you can go check out. Last thing real quick before we start walking through the RV, I do want to talk about as well. We have a couple things going on. First of all, we have our fall show specials here. So you can see every single one of our trailers, we have these fall super sales. A lot of our 2022 models have got marked down. So this 2023 Montana is currently listed at $119,997. This is a 23 model, but then you'll see the difference with like a 22 model. This 22 model is listed at $111. So we're definitely trying to get our 2022s out of here. And if y'all don't know, I am in a sales position, so I don't get paid to come out here by my company to make these videos. I just do this on my own time. And hopes of being able to help educate you on different RVs out there. And then when the time comes that you're ready to purchase your RV, you might consider coming to me. And then in addition to all our fall clearance sales going on right now, I have some pretty cool stuff from Keystone here. So this is stuff that Keystone does not have available to purchase. This is just stuff that I was able to get through their store that is accessible for salespeople. And I want to give this stuff away. So I have some really cool stuff here. If you purchase your RV from me while I have this stuff and while supplies last, you can pick one of these things here to take home with you with your RV. So like I have this Keystone backpack that has all this insulation in it that looks really clean. Then there's this waterproof duffel bag here. So this is from Keystone as well. It's a really rugged material and a really big space in there, and you kind of roll this up to make it waterproof, and is really neat there. Big winter jacket. I have this currently in a large, but I can order other sizes as well, and it has multiple layers that can be taken out. This wireless charging pad, you can charge your Apple Watch, AirPods, and phone on this all simultaneously, so great to put that in a camper on like your bedside table. This 3/4 zip wool long sleeve shirt, and then this table is really neat. This is like the same material as a camp chair, so this folds up to a size that you could fit in your pass-through storage compartment. And then you have this table here with multiple cup holders on it, have a spot for ice there for drinks, and then storage on the side. There's some other stuff as well that I still have coming in that I just haven't received yet. Like there's a kind of Keystone's branded Yeti cooler type thing. It's not a Yeti cooler, but it's a cooler that's like a Yeti cooler that has Keystone's branding on it, and a couple other things, some hats and stuff like that from Keystone. So if you purchase your RV from me, you can take one of these things home with you as well. I would definitely rather y'all take it because I don't really need it for myself, and I would rather give it to y'all. So if you see this video, this is something I'm only talking about on YouTube. People on TikTok, people on Instagram, people that just walk into the store, they won't know about this. So if you mention this, you'll be able to take one of these things home with you. All right, that's everything I got there. So let's get into the walk around of the outside of this Montana, then we'll head inside. So something right away that I want to point out, on your front livings, it's pretty standard. Your storage space is not going to be that significant up front. However, Montana gives you a full pass-through front storage compartment there, which is pretty nice. There are some brands, like even our Alpine next to us here in a front living, they do not have a full pass-through storage compartment. You have your welded on both sides of the frame, aluminum framing there. So you would be surprised, there are some manufacturers out there that only weld on one side of their frame connections, but you have welding on both sides of the frame. Central vac connections in here as well. You do have heat and AC coming in here, so keep this climate controlled, and just a nice straight shot through in your pass-through storage compartment there, making life easy for you. You'll have your propane bottles on both sides, a 30-pound propane bottle on each side. And then one thing that is really nice, the 2023s, as well as some of the most recent 2022s that have been sent out, have the slam latch doors up front. So these doors will slam closed. That way you don't have to do the metal clip thing to get those secured in place. Saves you a couple seconds there each time. Then you have all your storage throughout here, and in the 2023s, they're being sent with two 100 amp hour lithium Dragonfly batteries. So those are underneath that black container right there. They are already equipped on here from the factory, and that is going to be something that will be standard in 2023 Keystone trailers, including this Montana, the two lithium batteries coming from the factory. You have your battery disconnect switches here as well, so if you're just wanting to kill all the power to the battery, you just switch this to power off, and then you have all your hydraulic controls. And then right next to it, same thing, you have slam latch door here for your battery compartment as well. You have a light right there to see what you're doing, and you even have a little light right here as well to give you some light in really dark conditions to see what you're doing. You have the road armor pin box up front, so this has the rubber bushing here. Is this rotates back and forth as you brake and accelerate. It's going to absorb a lot of that shock there. And then I wanted to show you, even on this 2022, slam latch baggage doors up front here as well. But you can see if we go to the next one over, this 3121 RL that came in before these ones didn't have the slam latch doors on it up front. It has the metal clips. So that is a change that we're seeing for the models that are most recently being sent out versus ones that have been here a little bit longer and haven't came in so recently. So we go around this side. This is a full profile fifth wheel. I know most of you probably know what this is, but I'm going to talk about it real quick for the people that don't. A full profile fifth wheel is going to mean that the roof line on here goes all the way straight into the front cap, so there's no slant down there. And then you have a drop frame up front as well. So all your full profile fifth wheels are going to have these features here where they drop the frame here to give you bigger storage compartments up front. You have the roof line that goes straight into the front cap, and then usually it's a at least pretty straight roof line. Sometimes you'll see a slight slant in a full profile fifth wheel, but here the Montana is a straight roof line all the way across. So you're gonna have that maximum ceiling height throughout the entire length of this fifth wheel. All my mid-profile fifth wheels are down that way, so it's hard to see the difference and contrast those, but a mid-profile fifth wheel, you're gonna start to see slants in the roof line so they're not straight, so you don't have as much space in there. Basically all that to say that these are your biggest style fifth wheels that you have out on the market with these full profile fifth wheels. Another 30-pound propane bottle behind this door. You have your auto leveling controls right here with all your instructions for the auto leveling. And then you have all your water connections right through this door. Everything comes up through that spot right there, so you can keep this door closed. But all your water connections will be in this area. And then you have your 30 amp solar charge controller, which this is also pretty cool too. This here can kill your power coming from the solar panels. So if you don't want those solar panels charging the batteries, or you just don't want to have that continuous supply of energy going to the batteries, I was trying to think there was an application where I was like, actually, you know what, that would make sense to want to turn this off, and now I can't remember it. I totally blanked on what that time would be. If y'all think of an application where you're like, actually, you know what, that would be smart to be able to actually turn that power off from the solar panel going to the batteries, leave it down below in the comments, and if I remember it, I'll put it down in the comments as well. But all your solar controllers there for your 400 watt solar package. I don't know why I was stumbling with trying to think of what I was trying to say there. But you have the Solar Flex 400i solar package on this Montana. So that is going to not only keep your batteries charged up front, the lithium batteries, but it's also going to give you the ability to run outlets inside the RV as well with the inverter and your 400 watt solar system. Down underneath here, you have your road armor suspension. So this is going to give you a total of 6 inches of travel. It's definitely a superior suspension system to pretty much anything else out there coming out of a factory with that 6 inches of travel. You'll be able to see a graphic on the screen that shows how much absorption that suspension system has compared to other suspension systems out there, and how it really mitigates all the rattling and rumbling that goes on when you tow this down the road. Then you can also see on the valve stems here, this is indicating these all have tire pressure monitors on them, including your spare tire underneath. Even the spare tire has a tire pressure monitoring system built into it. Underneath here, you have your pull valves for your black and gray tanks. So they're all enclosed in there. And then you have your dump station right here. And this is actually the only dump station on this Montana. So everything comes to this one spot right here. All your black and gray tanks come to one area in this model. And then get down underneath here and you have a fully enclosed and wrapped underbelly. All your water tanks and water lines sit above the insulation in this enclosed underbelly. You also see your spare tire underneath there. So whenever you run your furnace, that's going to keep your water tanks and water lines warm. And then if you're transporting the RV and you don't have your furnace on, you do have 12-volt heat pads on your water tanks as well. Also want to point out real quick, you have your sewer storage hose area right there, or your storage for your sewer hose in that spot right there, and you have your hydraulic rack and pinion style slides for your big slide out boxes. Smaller slide out boxes, you're going to have the Schwintek slide mechanism on these. And then we'll open this up because you have a huge storage space down underneath here. Absolutely massive space down through here. It is accessible from the back side of the RV as well. Open this up. You have that space there, and then come around the back and you have a really deep spot there and all that storage all the way through. It's a really, really impressive storage space. You have a 300-pound accessory hitch on the back here. So that can be used to put like an accessory rack back here or something along those regards. You do have backup and reverse lights for added safety. Then you can see we have our 2 awnings outside. These are not put out all the way, so they still go out a bit further. And you have your LED light strips up underneath them, so whether your awning is in or out, you get used to those LED lights that will light up this whole space underneath your RV. 2 JBL speakers outside, and then same storage access from this side as well into that huge underbelly storage compartment. And then that is going to be the exact same on the Montana 3763 BP as well. that has the exact same storage setup there as this Montana, the 3761 FL. Magnet latches as well to hold your doors up while you have those in the up position, so they'll stay up on their own. And then we'll get up on the roof real quick and take a look at what's going up on the roof. This ladder does have a 250-pound capacity. The step is pretty high up off the ground, so what I recommend, actually opening up this door, stepping up onto here first, definitely helps. So up here, you're gonna have some of your vents up here, and then you have 3 AC units. And the 3 AC units, they're the Coleman Mach ACs, and what I really like about these is they made them white. So as you can think about how, you know, this is cooling the air coming into the RV, white is gonna mean they're not gonna absorb as much heat. You can see a lot of other RVs out there have black AC units. Whether or not that makes much of a difference, I don't know, but it makes sense in my head that it probably does something to help it not, to help the air blow a little bit cooler. So it might not do any or make any difference, but in my head, it seems like it would do something. You also have a 400-watt solar system up here. So most of our Montanas, you can see as I look to the left at these other Montanas, we order pretty much all of them with a 400-watt solar system. You have the plugs there. And then one thing I really, really love about Keystone is if you want to expand upon your solar system, they already have all the wiring here to add more panels. So this is something I've looked on various other models that already have a solar setup on them, and they don't have an additional plug on the roof. So all the wiring to add more panels would have to be added on, which means more expense for you, where this is already added in at the factory. So it's prepped and ready to add more panels to it if you want to run more functions off the RV from solar. So love that as well. Fully walkable roof, fully walkable slide out boxes, and that's pretty much everything up here. Oh, and you have your digital wine guard antenna there as well. As we hop down and before we go in, last thing, you're gonna have a 6-point hydraulic auto leveling system on here. So you can see there's 6 jacks on this 5th wheel, and this is gonna be hydraulic auto leveling. And that's pretty much everything. This is a 4-season RV, so it's rated from 0 to 100 degrees. Montana does come with a full-time living warranty, so it is backed for full-time living. So not only is it one of the most popular 5th wheels for camping in, but definitely one of the most popular 5th wheels for living in as well, and has been for years and years on end. But that's everything on the outside. Actually, I always find something else to point out right after I say that. You have outlets there as well. And then as I open the door and we go inside, I want to point out that you have a strut assisted step. So that is going to stay up on its own. This is a nice safety feature because these steps are not exactly light. So this will prevent it from like falling on your head or anything like that when you're going to open or put this up or pull it down out of the door. And then it's a really wide step. If you get the chance to walk into a Montana and then walk into some other brands side by side, there's a lot of brands where the steps are just narrower and don't feel as safe for whatever reason. But you have a really wide step coming in and out, good for safety. You have your grab handle here, and then it does have the 400-watt solar system on this Montana. So as we go inside, a couple other things real quick to point out. You have the screen defender on here installed from the factory, so that's going to keep your screen door safe from any pets. And then you have the screen assist here, which allows you to just hit on this bar at any area to detach that screen door. But this is a really nice touch, that screen defender, to protect that screen door from any pets. As we come inside, you have your mid-kitchen area, pretty typical of what you're used to seeing in a front living 5th wheel if you've seen one before. Really beautiful looking in here. Montana does an amazing job with the elegance of these RVs and how beautiful they look. All the LED lighting, all the crown molding that you have. I mean, even just the little details like where your privacy screen is there. This is all solid hardwood finished out to just give that a cleaner look. Something that even more expensive 5th wheels don't have. So little touches like that just make it really, really elegant. Your front living space in here, really large. Montana definitely emphasizes this space, making it long enough to give you a 3-cushion sofa on each side. Most front living 5th wheels are going to have 2-cushion sofas up here. So Montana definitely emphasizing the amount of room in this space to help entertain and give you plenty of seating for however many guests you may have. You have the fireplace here that will put out heat. It has 4 different colors, so it's an electric fireplace. the TV does go up and down, and then you have a nice big windshield back behind there to see out into your campsite. Plus you do have a pull down blackout shade for privacy there when you need it. So really nice looking setup, all solid hardwood finishes throughout this Montana. So everything in here is all solid hardwood. You have your storage on both sides. Soft close cabinets all the way around throughout this whole rig. Same storage on this side and soft close cabinets. Plus you have magnet latches there to hold them in place. Down underneath here, you have some plugs. You can see all of your outlets that have these yellow stickers on them can run off of that 400-watt solar system. You have your switch to raise and lower the TV, and you have your gain control for the subwoofer down underneath here. So that will independently allow you to control how much sound is coming out of that subwoofer as part of this JBL sound system that you get, where this has a mid-range and a tweeter speaker in there. So you're getting the best audio system that we've seen in a fifth wheel with that JBL system. Coming to the side, all your windows are going to have pull-down day shades. Gosh, there you go, get to say, and pull-down night shades. Again, this is something that you just don't see in even some higher dollar fifth wheels out there, is these day and night shades that you get on a Montana. Again, you have the 3 cushion sofas. These are also going to pull out and make into a bed as well. So both sides will make into a bed. With this being a 3 cushion sofa, it makes it almost a king size bed there. And I forgot to turn on the lights up above here to kind of get the light in this space. But essentially I have almost 2 king size beds when you pull these beds out, for lots of sleeping space there. Your 2 recliners here. I don't have it plugged into power, so we can't show how these are controlled. But you actually have, not only is it electric recline right there, but you can independently control the backrest and the headrest to tilt up and down for the absolute most precise comfort settings that you can get in these recliners in a fifth wheel. So really love that. Again, the privacy curtain that you have coming across. Grab and reach that there. Goes across nice and easy. So you have that privacy curtain there. So you can have privacy up in this space when needed. And then another thing that I'll talk about while we're up in here is, one, they have the black AC vents. So this is the only fifth wheel I've seen that does a black AC vent. Looks really, really clean. And then with your Coleman Mach ACs here, they have the residential MERV 9 grade air filter built in here. So you can go to Home Depot, Walmart, whatever, and replace this air filter whenever needed. This is going to keep the air in your RV obviously a lot cleaner, but also keep your ducting cleaner in here as well. And then you have all of the 2 ACs ducted together, so they'll have ducting that goes out of both sides of the AC unit. One duct coming out this way, one duct coming out that way, and then it'll be ducted to the back AC where those are ducted together. And these blade AC vents, these push air out in a 360-degree motion, so those give you significantly more air coverage than a directional vent that is going to help cool down the RV quicker because it's pushing air out in all directions. And that is something that Keystone studied for a long time before they implemented that and put these in here to help speed up the time that it takes to cool down an RV. You have a nice safety grab handle here that's rounded coming down the step. And then this here, this is in the bourbon interior color. So you have the gray cabinets all through here with the dark sofas in the bourbon interior color. Montana also makes a cobblestone, which has the exact same finish with the gray cabinets, but a light color furniture, like a cream color almost. And then they have their cottage white that has the same interior color here with the sofas, and then has a rustic white looking cabinet, which I think might be in the one next to us that we'll see when we go over there in just a second. Which actually, let's just knock that out, because you can see in your kitchen area here, you're going to have a half bath, porcelain toilet, so a nice high-grade porcelain toilet. This is what the cottage white interior looks like. So in a cottage white fifth wheel, all your kitchen cabinets are going to have this same rustic white color all throughout your kitchen cabinetry. So it's interesting, they still put some of the cottage white interior colors in a bourbon color scheme fifth wheel. Open this up and you have all your shelving in there. Again, soft close cabinets. Have your towel hook already built in. Nice bowl sink with the black faucets. I know the bowl sinks are polarizing. I personally love them. Some people hate them, but you can let me know your thoughts on that down below in the comments. And then you have storage all down underneath there with your toilet paper holder. You also have a vent fan in here. So it is a max air vent fan, and you have your AC vent or ducting in there as well. So that's the half bath setup that you get in the Montana 3761 FL. A lot of people prefer the half bath because the other bath is behind this door on the other side of the bedroom. So in order to get to that bathroom, you have to walk through the bedroom. This is a great option for people that don't want guests walking through their bedroom to get to the bathroom if they anticipate they'll have guests that need to use the bathroom. Now, if you don't feel that you need that, then we can go over to the model next to us. And in the model next to us, this will be the 3763 BP. I'm going to talk about the price real quick because this one is on sale. The MSRP on it is $143,503. We currently have it available starting at $111,997. And then this is showing with 20% down, which would be somewhere close to like 20 grand, would be somewhere around $793 a month at 210 months. And that's at a calculated at 7.99% interest rate. So if you qualify for those terms there, it's about where a monthly payment would be depending on what you want to do. Obviously, you can put different amounts down or whatever you want to do. But this is where we currently have this starting at with our fall super sale. So if you are interested in this or any other 2022 RV that's out there looking to take advantage of deals as we are trying to get rid of our 2022s, definitely reach out to me. There will be a link down below in the description that you can go to leave your information for me. I am at the Mesquite location when you go to that link. So if you leave your information through that link down below in the description, it's the very first link in there. Select the Mesquite location. Your contact info will come directly into my inbox and I will get in contact with you as soon as I'm available. So as you come in here, you can see first of all the cottage white interior versus the bourbon interior. We usually, because our company has 6 different stores with, usually over or close to like 500 to 1,000 units in inventory at any given time, we usually can find or I can locate whatever color interior you're wanting from one of our stores in most instances. But something that's interesting, you go into the butler pantry here. So look at this space. Let's get the lights on in here. Oh, there you go. Got a light switch. Get the lights on in here. So even though it has the cottage white interior, they actually put the bourbon color cabinetry here in the butler pantry. And then this is just going to have an absolute ton of storage in here. So if you feel that you can live without the half bath, it's definitely a really, really great storage space that you have in this Montana butler pantry model. And then again, all soft close cabinets. Makes it really easy to go through and close all those up. You even have a coat hook here with some key hooks, and then you have more storage over here. All hidden hinges as well, so all your hinges are not exposed, making it look real clean in there. And then you have your tabletop space with the window, a pull-out drawer. It's got to be careful with that there. It does, if you push it, it's going to hit that framing right there, but if you just pull it out straight, it doesn't hit it. So I kind of knocked it there a little bit, not too hard or anything, but got to be careful with that, be aware of that. And then storage down underneath here. Then it has the sliding pocket doors that latch together with magnets to keep that closed up. So that is your butler pantry model here in the 3763 BP. Everything else about it is identical to the other Montana. It's literally just that butler pantry versus half bath that make these two different. So we'll go back over here and finish up on this one. Talk about a few more things in here. So we walk back inside. As soon as you walk in, you have your controls for everything. This does have battery heat on it, so you're not supposed to charge lithium batteries in below freezing temperatures. So this is heat that you can send to the batteries if you're in that situation. That was the instance I was thinking about. If you're not wanting the solar panel to charge the batteries because of the weather conditions, you can either turn on the battery heat here, or you can just turn that switch down in the pass-through storage compartment that I showed you so that you don't have to worry about those solar panels charging the batteries in conditions when they're not supposed to be charged. Also have a power to turn on your inverter inside the coach so you don't have to go outside to turn on your inverter. You do need the inverter turned on to power things like the refrigerator and then to run outlets off of the solar system as well. And then down underneath here you have your central vac system where a hose will plug into there, and you have the flip up floor sweep there so you can just sweep all of your dust and debris and pet hair and whatever right there, and it'll suck it up into the step. Really nice bar area here, or you can hook a TV up in this space. It does have all the hookups needed for a TV if you want to put a TV in the kitchen area. Countertop space there, both your AC controls here and an outlet, so you can plug things in up here. Plenty of storage down underneath this space. Lots of shelving. This is unobstructed all the way through, actually. And then going to your kitchen, you have the flip down countertop. So this will flip down. That allows you to be able to open both doors of the fridge while you're in travel mode with the slides in. And then when you put that up, when you get to your destination, then you don't have to worry about that. But that being able to flip down allows you to get into the fridge. Nice LED lighting in here as well. See how it illuminates underneath the countertop. And then you have your residential GE refrigerator, which has the water dispenser built into it. So residential size refrigerator, open this up and you do have the ice tray in here as well. Up above that, close that door first, there we go. Huge storage space up above there. Really nice tall slide out box here. So lots of room there for storage. Next to the microwave, lots of storage there. Storage above the microwave. And then you can see the MSRP on here. We already saw that outside, but you can see the options that are on this particular model that we're looking at there. Sorry, it got kind of wrinkled from something. Probably from closing it in the microwave. You have your convection oven microwave combo, residential size. And then you have the Suburban 3-burner stove here. So really large surface here with the 3 burners. I know a lot of people are big on the Insignia 4-burner stove. I don't know about you, but I cook probably 3 or 5 nights out of the week. And never once have I used 4 burners at the same time. So I don't know why everybody feels like they need a 4-burner stove. Maybe I just don't do as elaborate cooking as you. But I know for me, a 3-burner stove feels just fine. And I actually did measure out. If that Insignia stove is so important to you and you're like, I just love the Montana, but if it doesn't have the Insignia stove and that's like the deal breaker for you, it is the same dimensions here with the width as the Insignia stove. The only thing different about the Insignia is it doesn't have, like in this Montana, you have this big storage here. Well, the Insignia, you would have to take out this storage and take out a frame piece down here, and then the Insignia stove would fit in this location. So there is a way that it probably can be put in here if that's something that you absolutely need. Why Montana doesn't put it in here, I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason why, but as of right now, they don't have it. So that's something that, if that's a big deal to you, I understand. But at the same time, I'm like, this is still a huge oven and is going to be able to do pretty much anything you would need to do while out camping. So with that, let's get over to the storage next to it. You can see it comes with your utensil holder there. This is a knob to hold the refrigerator doors closed, and then you're gonna have soft close drawers as well as soft close cabinets. So these will all be the same size and they're all soft close. Here in the sink area, have a nice big sink to the left. Solid surface sink covers, and then another cover or another sink there as well. So you have the nice solid surface cover with the solid surface countertop. Pull out trash bin area. This is all solid hardwood all the way through. And then you have your storage down underneath here. Montanas do not come prepped for a dishwasher. So if that's something that's important to you, know that Montanas are not prepped for a dishwasher. Dishwashers are a potential area for a water leak to occur, so they don't do them in here. I don't know if there's other reasons other than that why they don't do dishwashers in Montanas, but that's not an option that you will have on the Montana. So just use your good old hands to wash dishes. Up in here, you have all your pantry storage, which this is gonna be, what most people will use as their pantry space with this half bath model. Really deep shelves there. And then going back to the dishwasher real quick, actually, there are a lot of countertop dishwashers that you can get for RVs. So if that's something that's really important to you, there's lots of dishwashers that would fit in this space or something along those lines, or down underneath as well, that you could get that you can put in your RV. In this slide out here, you have your dinette table. There will be 2 more additional chairs that are up underneath the bed. This table does flip up, so you'll have storage down underneath there. Not a whole lot of storage, but a decent, like a little bit of space there. And then these slide out to catch the leaf on the table when you want to extend this leaf out. Really nice looking premium chairs that it comes with. kick that back and you can see it's a really nice, comfortable looking chair. Again, day and night shades on all your windows, LED lighting up above the light fixture. And then one thing that's really cool too about the Montanas, no carpet in the slide out. This is like a plastic woven material here, very flexible and very rigid. And then down underneath here, you have an astrofoil layer of insulation underneath your slide, and the floor is wrapped underneath here. Can't tell you how many brands, if you go look at RV lots and you lift up the slide out box flooring, you'll just see bare exposed wood underneath there. And sometimes you'll see like one layer of like foil underneath there, but this is the astrofoil layer of insulation. So this has the little air bubbles in it as well. And then the floor is wrapped for multiple layers of protection for that flooring and insulation. And then this is just a really solid plastic feeling flooring that you can just sweep clean most times. All right, that's pretty much everything in the living area. Actually, two more things, sorry. Third AC in here is gonna be an independent AC to help cool down this space quicker. So you have that third independent AC, and then you do have spot for Wi-Fi and LTE up here where you can plug in a Wi-Fi or LTE router that we can install for you at the dealership level. Going up into the bedroom, you have a nice window here for more natural light. Oh, another thing too, all your valances in the windows. This is something I've been pointing out more as I realize how many brands don't have this. When you pull down your pull down blackout shade, you can see these valances on the side of the window prevent any light from coming through the sides of where this pull down blackout shade is. Now there's a lot of brands that will do a valance over the top of the window, but not down the side of the window. So even when you pull down the blackout shade, light is still coming through the side there. This is gonna block that off. So you have that in all these windows in the Montana as well to give you a true blackout feeling in this fifth wheel. I even noticed that at home because obviously, you know, residential windows don't have that. And so it's like, that's really a nice thing that you can really black out all the light. First thing I noticed when I walked in here, you do have a magnet catch there for the door. So that'll prevent the door from hitting the wall, and it will also catch it so it doesn't close on you. Nice big window here. We have the blackout shade down on that for some reason. But a huge campsite window so you can see right out into your campsite in the morning and see what's going on. That's actually a really nice feature there to be able, from the bedroom, to have such a big window to see out into your campsite. You can see we have Lewis out there waiting for me to get done so we can film this thing in Spanish. But coming to the side here, you have your wardrobe closet. This is also a much bigger wardrobe closet than most front living models. Most front living fifth wheels have all your storage on this wall right here. So you have limited wardrobe storage space. Montana gives you an actual full closet in their front living models. Same with the Butler pantry model as well. And then you have your washer dryer connections in here. So you can stack a washer and dryer in this space. Now when you do that, I believe they have to take this shelf out, if I remember correct. At the very least, I'm pretty certain they have to take the clothing rod out. I just can't remember because it's been a while since I've seen a full washer dryer setup in this model. But you at least have this full area here, even with the washer dryer, for your wardrobe space. And there's plenty of room here if you wanted to add in shelving, put some kind of shelving in here or something along those lines as well. Close this up and also gives you, put that latch there so that if someone decides to come out and move this thing, oh, I'll have to do it later. I need to use two hands. But you have a nice big mirror there that makes the room feel bigger. And then you have a king size bed. So nice king size bed. This is an upgraded mattress as well. You can see it's a pretty thick mattress that is, you know, kind of a memory foam type material there, or a Tempur-Pedic. Lift this up. You have your storage underneath here that is framed out with your additional chairs down under here. Comes with a nice set of pillows and the comforter. And then one thing I really love about the Montana as well is what they did with their nightstands. Putting them up above the windows. You have your outlets and USB ports there. And then they have the coolest night light in any fifth wheel, where you have the ambient ring lighting and the direct reading light in both lights above the person here. So this is something, again, in a bunch of fifth wheels out there in this price range or higher that just have like standard puck lights there and things along that line. So Montana just really comes with so much extra stuff at the same price range as a lot of other fifth wheels out there that may even be more expensive than a Montana. But I'm just, as I'm thinking of all of it, surprising me is just how many things I'm thinking of. Oh, you know, this brand doesn't have that, this brand doesn't have that. And I'm thinking of brands that are at a higher price range than even what a Montana is in a lot of instances. And then coming to this side, another thing the Montana does is they frame out where your TV goes here in the bedroom, so it gives it a much cleaner look. Most brands just have the TV sitting there against the wall. They actually frame this out, and it's at an angle to you in the bed for a much more enjoyable viewing experience than just a TV that's sitting flat against the wall. All this tabletop space here, another inverted outlet. And then you have all your 6 drawers right there, all soft close drawers on that. So show that one more time. Soft close on all those. And then you have even more storage here in addition to the wardrobe storage, where you have all that storage space in the bedroom. Then come into the bathroom. You have another porcelain toilet in here. Tons of storage in this bathroom. Really clean looking with the white cabinetry. You even have a speaker in the bathroom in a Montana. So this is going to have a speaker here with its own independent zone from the sound controls up front. That will link to your phone as well. So you can do that with Bluetooth. Then you have another window out into your campsite so you can see out into your campsite while you're getting ready in the morning. All this storage next to your countertop space there, and then 4 pull-out drawers here as well. Again, all soft close on everything, even back here into the bathroom. Unobstructed storage all the way through. See that into here as well. And then you have an LED light strip up underneath here that will shine down onto your sinks. Your 2 medicine cabinets with tons of space in here. I think this as well, they made everything unobstructed. So much room in there. The 2 bowl sinks, so his and hers with the black faucets. You have another Max Air vent fan in here, and then you have a full fiberglass 1-piece shower. So no seams in this shower at all. Black appliances in here, or not appliances, black fixtures in here with a adjustable height shower head. So when I step in here, I'm about 6'2" with my shoes on. I would say the height to here is about 6'4", and then you have about an additional 2 to 3 inches in here. So you could be at least probably 6'5", 6'6", and comfortably fit in here. If you're 6'4" or under, you'll even fit under this area right here, this little lip. And then me being 6'2", I actually would not have to duck to get underneath this. This is right at about the crown of my head there. So nice height in the shower as well. And again, it's a full fiberglass 1-piece shower there with no seams on it. And you do have the seat there as well. And that is just about everything. I'm sure there might be a thing or two here that I missed. If I did miss something that you know about, let me know down below in the comments. And let me know your thoughts on this fifth wheel down below in the comments as well. Definitely excited with our fall sale that we have going on. Would love to help you out if you're looking for a deal on a 2022 model. Let me know. And for the limited time that the 2022s are still available, we have some incredible pricing that is better than any pricing I've seen in the past year and a half or so. So definitely reach out to me and I'd love to help you. All right, y'all, that's all I got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button down below and definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you are interested in this RV or any RV that you may have seen for that matter, I would love to personally help you out. I am in a sales position, so I can personally assist you. And if you would like to work with me and trust me enough to let me help you find your next RV, you can go down to the first link down below in the description and leave me your contact information to get in touch with you as soon as I'm available. If you select the Mesquite location, your contact information that you leave will go directly into my inbox and I'll get in touch with you as soon as I can to help you out. So that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, I'll see you out camping.